Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Michael Smith. This is Ohio Abandoned Cemeteries. That's Abandoned Cemeteries on Facebook, Abandoned Ohio Cemeteries on YouTube. Like and subscribe for our videos. I do apologize, it's been a long time. I know, I am so sorry. Lots of excuses I could list. You don't want to hear those, I understand. So sorry it's been so long, but we're gonna try to correct that. We're doing a cemetery today that we've debated on doing for a very long time. This cemetery is literally 5 minutes from where we live. I pass it constantly. In fact, I've been in it a few times. But we've debated if it's been abandoned or not. And we came to the conclusion that we think it is because it simply has no more room for anybody else to be buried in here. No one's been buried in here for a few years now. There are some people who've been buried here around, the 2010s. But the cemetery is now completely full. Anyone who needs to be buried now in this area gets, there's a new cemetery down the street, and that's where they're buried now. There can't fit any more people in here. This is a very, very old cemetery, so I figure we should do this one. Now, bear with me, this cemetery is right on a main road, and there's gonna be a lot of cars going by. Here comes a truck. Just like that. It is right on a main road, and I'd like to show you that, but today we're going to do Pinecrest Cemetery. This is Pinecrest Cemetery. This is located right in the middle of Southington, Ohio, a very small town that I live in. This right here that I'm standing on, as you can see, it's right by a main road. This is State Route 305. Out there is State Route 534. That runs north to south. That's north, that's south, that is west, and this is east. And so we're gonna go in and look at it. This is a pretty big cemetery. I'm gonna stick to the middle. That's where most of the very old ones are. There's a lot of history in here, and this might be a long video, but I'm gonna try to cover a lot of things in this one because it's been a while since we've been doing one, and I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, today I am flying solo. There is no Mary or Zach today. Zach has been under the weather the last couple of days, and we did not want to bring him out and do this with him today. Not feeling too good the last couple of days, so flying solo. And right off the bat, we're going to go over here and we're going to find a Civil War soldier, because that's what we do. We have Peter Lawrence, corporal in the 4th Ohio Infantry. This last weekend was Memorial Weekend. I always am for the veterans. I thank everyone for their service. I am a complete history buff, and I love that all the flags are in here now. So we have all the flags up for veterans, and right off the bat we have a Civil War soldier who served in the 4th Ohio Infantry, Peter Lawrence. Now, like I said, there's a lot of ones in here. This might take a little while, but we're going to try to get to all of them. Most of the old ones are up here on this hill. There's ones over here. We have 1885, 1890. Mary's dead again. Mary's not even here, and she's dead already. Oh, that poor girl. In fact, there's a Mary down. No, it's a Harry. Not a Mary, it's a Harry down there. So we're gonna try to get to the old ones. Like I said, we debated doing this one because there are some modern ones in here, but like I said, this cemetery is completely packed now. No one can be buried in here anymore, and that's just the way it is. Let's see. We have Arthur Norton. Died. Well, he was old. He was young. I mean, young. We have 1897 to 1937. It's only like 40 years old. He wasn't very old. Right. Now we have a baby. Edsel Crawford, June 11th, 1919, and July 12th. Only a month old. That's sad. There's another veteran over here. We have George Crawford, Ohio, World War II. 1909, 1957, so he died right after the war. World War II veteran right there. And we have 1840s, 1855, another Mary, it's dead again. 1920s. I said the older ones are in the middle. I'm going to try to get to the veterans. I like the veterans and see what the old ones. There's some history in here that I'll explain to you when we get to it. Like I said, this might be a long video. Bear with me. We have Abigail over here, who died in 1875 at 75 years old. This looks like a family plot. And we have the husband over here. Ooh, Chauncey, I want to say his name was. He also died in 1875. He died January 1st. Well, he died New Year's Day, it looks like. And she died in February, probably of a broken heart. We have a veteran over here. Let's take a look at this one. So we're going to make our way up to the old ones here. This is white, but oh boy. This is pretty worn off. I don't know if the camera can see it or not. Couldn't even begin to even tell you. So he died in white. Died in 1844 to 1914, it looks like. Was a private in the Ohio 7th Regiment, I want to say. Cup died 1840, 1838. So these are the old ones up here. Try to get to as many as I possibly can. I know there's ones over there we're going to get to in a little bit. Should have started on that side, to be honest. Got over here, we got Betsy, the wife of Samuel, 1835 to 1894. This is an interesting marker here. There's a veteran. I wonder where his name's not on here. Got mother and father. Oh, here he is. He's over here. You got Samuel, boy. He was in the Civil War. Right there. Samuel Norton, Ohio Infantry. Died in 1907. He was a veteran of the Civil War. There you go. You're going to see probably a lot of Civil War ones in here. There's an old one. Somebody fixed that one good. They really take really good care of the cemetery still. Like I said, there is some newer graves in here around the edges, but most of them are pretty old. Here's a family plot, it looks like. Well, these are really worn off. We have Eugene Bond. Ugh, there's a baby. Wow, there's a lot of babies buried here. Oh my God. These are all kids. This is too far out. There we go. Eugene, 1855, 1865, 5 years old. We have Florence, 1860, 1864, 4 years old. It looks like Alta, 1860 to 1864. Children of Homer and Emma Norton. So all the kids died when they were very young. That is just sad. Here are some old ones here that are totally worn out. This is the kids, I think, right here. Yeah, there's the family plot. And then these are the kids' markers through here. We got another one over here, though. Another one that's fixed. I like to see that, but couldn't even begin to make it out. All these are very worn, very old. Let me go see if we can find some over here we can read. Because there's a lot of old ones over here. Bear with me, this may be a little bit of a long video today, but we haven't had one in a while. There's Infram. Oof. Good luck trying to find that son. Died in June of 1856. We got Horace Norton. Died in 1854. Died in 1854. Oh, these are very, very worn out and very old. That looks like William Henry there, but I couldn't make it out where they died at all. It's a really pretty one over here that I think has an old poem on it that I like. Yep, that's correct. Let's see what we got. See if I can make it out. Oh, yeah, not happening. Ugh, I can't make it out the name. That's sad. Those are pretty. I like those ones. Got another family stone right here. Looks like there's an old one over here I want to go check out. Oh, can't make it out. Oof. All these are very weathered. Very, very weathered, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Let's make our way up here so we can find some other ones. Okay, we got a veteran here, it looks like. But the stone, let's go on the other side of it. See what we can find. We have Benjamin and his wife Elizabeth. 1841, 1906, 1845 to 1903. We have a veteran here, but this is the wife of it, looks like. I don't know. I can't make that one out. I want to make some of these out for everybody. I haven't done a video in a while and I can't make any of these out. There's Alvin. Looks like. Died in 1877. The veteran over here I want to get. Got Stein, born in the 1800s, died, wow, 1871 to 1965, she hung in there. He died in 1938. Alright, let's go over here and check some of these ones out. The newer ones, like I said, are over along the fence over there. There's ones on the other side too, so we'll see what we got. There is actually an old one right there, a Civil War one, it looks like we'll get to. This is Knighton. Joel was 1848 to 1920, and Mary's dead again. 1859 to 1934. He was a veteran, Civil War veteran. So he fought in the Civil War, obviously survived it. There's a Civil War marker over here. Some of these over here are still older, though. They're not the newest. That's a Civil War one right here. You can tell. We got Ohio Infantry. I can't make out the name the same. Anybody back there, 1860s. We have a World War II soldier over here. World War I. There's a World War I soldier right there. Theodore Miller, Ohio. Private first class, U.S. Army, World War II. Sorry, World War II. I thought it said 1, it says 2. My fault. 1900 to 1963. So World War II soldier right there. Okay, let's go back. I'm going to walk this way. Get back to the older section. Even like I said, there's some over here that are not the. There's some old ones over here. Okay. We have Helsley. We have, looks like Roscoe Babcock, 1876 to 1945 or 8. I want to say 1945. Looks like they were a veteran. Probably World War I, you would think. You'd have to say World War I with that birthday and end date. He was too old to serve in World War II. Alright, and down here, we got this is really the old section through here, so we're going to get through a lot of these. Got Wilson here, Lori, 1876. We got her son, who was Lieutenant Colonel Robert Wilson, 1896 to 1950. And here's the name you're going to see a lot of, and I'm going to tell you why. In fact, you're going to see a lot of it here coming up. Chalker. Chalker is a synonymous name with this town because the man who founded this town, his last name was Chalker. The town of Southington was founded by the Chalker family, and the school is actually named after them. Born 1893, served 314th Field Artillery at Camp Leesburg, Virginia, killed in an accident on November 17, 1918. Wow. Killed in an accident while serving in the military. There you go. Chalker founded this town, the Chalker family. The high school, the school, there's only one school. It's a very, very small town we live in. And there's only one school. It's a K through 12 school. It's one big building. Most people call it Southington High School. However, if you actually look it up on the internet, it is Chalker High School. They actually have it named. It's named Chalker High School after the family who founded this town, their name was Chalker. And that's the name of the school, actually, technically. We have Eliza, 1827, 1899, and Emma, 1851, 1912 here. Bunch of old ones here. Oh, these are really worn out. It looks like Fanny died, oh good luck, 1856 as my best guess on that one. Got Joseph Chalker, so you're going to see a lot of Chalkers. 1880, we got Little Dallas, who died in 1862 at 5 years old. 5-year-old child. There's another Fanny. Probably build a, I don't know whether they'd have two markers for Fanny. Thankful. Really? Your name was Thankful? Okay. Moving on. A lot of old ones here. Here's another chalker stone. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of chalker stones. A lot of memorials for them. Go over here to see some old ones over here. We got Myers family. There's the Myers family plot, it looks like. Wesley. Aveline. Charlie. And Carrie. Carrie was a baby, 1876 to 1877. Charlie didn't live that long either, 1883, 1893, something like that. He didn't live very long either, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, like we've been saying, kids back then, they didn't live very long. Some more, there's another Mary's dead. Mary's dead again. Poor Mary, should have been here. Died in 1870. A lot of family plots in here. This is an old town. This town was founded back in the 1800s. It's a very, very small town, so like it's a town that everyone knows everyone. Got Samuel Brunson, died in 1868. We got Lydia, wife of Abraham, died in 1853. Phoebe, couldn't see where you died. You're buried down there. Lots of nice old ones through here. And we have another ones I like. I love these stones. This one you actually can read. In memory of Estill, daughter of Henry and Esther, died in 1833 at just 20 years old. 20 years old. And here's Henry. That's the parents right there. Here's Henry and Esther. Henry died in 1858, it looks like. He was a veteran. 1858, though. That's before the Civil War. So he had to be either serving a non-war or maybe Mexican War. And we got another Henry White. One problem is you got a lot of gray, a lot of markers for one person. There's a Civil War one over here we're going to check out real fast. So this video is probably going to be a little long. Bear with me. A lot to cover today. I want to get a video out for everyone to see. And this poor little Civil War marker can't even begin to even make it out. Oh, there we go. Oh, looks like Thermal or Trumbull served in the U.S. Navy actually, and died in 1909. I don't know if it was a Civil War or what. Looks like a Civil War marker, but very few Ohio boys served in the Navy because back then you had to be near an ocean to serve in the Navy, really. A couple old ones over here. I got a lot more ground to cover. And we have a Smith. Oh, there you go. We have a Smith. No, well, it's not me dead, but it's a Smith. We got Charles. Volunteer, who served in the Ohio Volunteer Infantry, 1845, 1917, and his wife, Flora. So we got another Civil War soldier here. Got Curtis, 1820 to 1894, 1841, 1912. Got we already did all these ones. Sarah died in 1857. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did those. We didn't, sorry. But there's a lot of ground to cover. We got, looks like Smith Hurd. His first name was Smith? Okay, died in 1875 and 94 years old. Wow. Got Sybil, who's the wife of Smith Hurd. Died in 1856, I want to say. A lot of these students are very pretty too. Probably were very pretty back in their day. Got a lot of herds through here. And they're another founding family. In fact, there is a convenience store. I don't know if you saw it on my previous video. There's a convenience store literally right over there. If that tree this tree wasn't here, you would see it. It's actually called Hurd's convenience store. It's been in the family for 5 generations. It's a convenience store. It's been here for 5 generations. It's literally right over there. And this is the family who founded it. You got Comfort Hurd, died in 1884, veteran. So, like I said, you're going to see a lot of the families that founded this town in this cemetery. It's how old this is. And like I said, it's not small. We're trying to get through all of it. Mary's dead again. Died in 1862. I don't mean to go too fast. I'm sorry. I just don't want this video to be an hour long. Adeline, well, that's a pretty stone. That's a gorgeous stone. Adeline, wife of Burton, William Burton, died in 1872 at just 36 years old. It's young. That is young. That's a pretty stone right there. Really pretty stone. That is the Rice family. We have Deal over here, I want to say. Got Ira, Homer, and Ella. Ella just died at 4 years old. Homer died at just 7 years old. And Ira died at 4 years old. So 3 babies. You got 3 kids. Died 7, 4, and 4. That's sad. I always don't like, it's always sad seeing the little kids. Got Harriet Hurd. Father of the Hurd family here again. Joseph Rice died in 1835. We got his wife, Catherine. Died in 1841. There's a big Hurd stone there. So we'll try to get to all these. I don't mean to go too fast, but died in 1857. We got a memory of Edith, who died in 1833, 71 years old. There's Henry, son of Isaac Hurd, died in 1865 at just 12 years old. Sad. Got Diana, died in 1857. Joshua, died in 1837. Got Gilbert Osborne, died in 1868. Another thing I'm going to tell you about this town that's hilarious. I find it hilarious. I find it informative, and I find it weird too. Every single road in this town, Southington, Ohio, has 2 names to it. There's 2 names to every road, and how they came about doing that is the person who lived at the beginning of the road and the person who lived at the end of the road, they took their last names and made the road. It's funny seeing all these names in here because they're all the names of the roads that are around here. We have Barclay Meserly, we have Libby Osborne, we have Corey Hart. We have all kinds of roads. There's Helsley Fusselman. And all these roads were named after the, we have Hoffman Norton. There's Norton, we have Hoffman Norton. And all these roads were named after the people who founded this town. Now there's one name that I find very, very appealing to. I always said I wonder how people write this down on their, like to write a letter or something like that to mail something. There's County Line Turnpike Road, and we also have Warren Paynesville State Line Road. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. Warren Paynesville State Line Road. That's really the name of the road. Okay, Eliza, wife of, looks like Norman. Died in 1876. Another Hurd. More Hurds. By the way, now you can see it. You can see where that truck is. There's cars over there. If you can see where those cars are right now, that's Hurd right there. That's Hurd's grocery store. Been here for well over 100 years. And the family still owns that to this day. The Hurds still own that to this day. 5 generations worth. I think it's over 5 generations at this point in time, but it's right down there at the corner. So when you see Hurd, they're actually looking at their own store still. Got Joy, the Joy family here. There's more Hurds. Hurds and Chalkers you're going to see a lot of. Harvey Joy died in 1889. Another veteran over here. We Look through all these. Yeah, that's the worn hatch. We have the Hatch family, it looks like. All worn off. I couldn't even begin to even tell you what it says. Hatch one. Stroop. There's another one there's Stroop family. We have Stroop Hickox Road. Around here there's a Stroop Hickox Road. So I always found it funny that all these roads were named after the people that lived here. We have Bunsen, born 1893, died in 1892 over there. Might get to the old ones under the trees here in a minute. We got Mercer, died in 1898. Edward, the son of Mercer, 1871, 1933. Harshman, another founding name. In fact, I'm going to do this again. I know this is abandoned cemeteries, but I always love doing this. I told you about that store that's over there called Herds. Well, guess what? Right across the street from it, it'd be over there behind those trees, is a gas station called Harshman's. Harshman's gas station. It's also like a little repair shop too for cars. So Harshman's is another name that has been here forever. A Herds grocery store, Harshman's gas station. I don't think there was gas. I don't know, 1910 there might have been a gas station then. I doubt it though. But that's Harshman's been around here forever too. Let's go look at these old ones in the trees over here. We have Thomas, died in 1875. It's like Knighton again family. We got Jay. We got something 1893 it looks like. Died. These trees are beautiful. These trees have probably been here for several hundred years too, to be honest. There's more chalker. There's showing a lot of them. We have Betty Jane Stillwagon, 1920, 1960, only 40 years old. Go over here and look at some of these ones. And these trees. There's another chalker one. Some of these rocks, some of these are just rocks. I mean, just placed up there. Another chalker one. I believe this might be the founder's one. Orwin Chalker, 1803 to 1886. Clarissa, his wife, 1813 1887. It looks like they had a son who only lived to be 7, 1832 to 1839. I believe this would be the founder of the city. I'm almost positive. Oh, tree, tree, tree. There's another chalker one. Problem is, a lot of these are the same markers for the same people. They have put new markers up, fixed the old markers up, so it's kind of hard to see, you know, who's who. Got Duke Vetz, died in 1827. We got Hannah, his wife, who died in 1862. Family marker here. Looks like the Vetz family marker. We have, I think we did these ones. Gilbert Osborne, 1868. Yeah, we did these ones. Okay, let's go over here. Get more. I know this video is long, but we're going to get these done. We already did the herd ones too, so it's going to be in this row. Okay, we got Henry Houghton, died in 1845. We got Lavina, looks like Levine, who was the wife. She died in 1836. Got Arthur Houghton, died in 1845. Got Amanda Osborne. So one of the roads around here was Libby Osborne. Died in 1892. Heather Houghton died in 1857. Elma died in 1868. Oh, can't make out. That would look like kids there. I couldn't make that one out. No, we can't make that one out. We have Esther. Sarah died in 1911. You got Highland. You got William, and they were born in 1870s. We're starting to get into the kind of newer ones, but they're still kind of old too. Got Orpha in 1856, and Adeline died in 1866. Got a Thorpe plot here. There's another Houghton. We got William, 1827 to 1893, and Nancy, his wife, 1832 1914. Got Emily, died in 1882. This one is worn out. I couldn't make that one out. Got Ida and Kate Smith over there, born in 1800s. Got Kelsey Smith and Ada Cook Smith, 1800s, died in the early 1900s. Here's another, this might be another kid's one. Yep, unfortunately another kid's one. We got William Ives, died, oh no, this is older. Died in 1895 at 74 years old. Adeline, his wife, died in 1867 at 40 years old though, so she died young. It's probably kids on the back, yep. Died in 1893 at just 26 years old. Sad. Alright, we're almost done here. I realize this video is quite long, but more Ives family. There's a Robinson back there. There's a Braceville Robinson Road around here too. We have Glenn and Florence, 1895, 1988. Wow, he hung in there. Florence, 1910. Imagine how, 1981. Imagine like what he saw in life. He's born in 1895, probably before any cars, electricity, anything like that. And he died in 1988 with the internet. That's a life right there. He was a Freemason too, actually, and a veteran. Here's Helsley. I told you there's a Helsley Fusiman Road around here. Here's Helsley. Born in 1800s. Come down over here now. Out of the tree. Oh, I'm trying to get as many as I can. We're gonna have to end this pretty soon. I have to go work. I'm doing this in between some jobs today. I know it's probably be a little long, but trying to get this done. We have Bennett Curtis, died in 1882. Guess what? There's a Curtis Middlefield Road around here. There's a Civil War run right here. I think he served to that. That's his Civil War marker right there. That's his Civil War marker. Same guy. 6th Ohio Infantry. We have a official over here. Another Civil War. He died in 1895. Another Civil War veteran right here. We have one over here. John Hatch, 1890, 1919. So he was actually only 29. He was kind of young. I wonder if he was killed in World War I. It doesn't even say. He has a marker, but it doesn't say what war he served in and what he wore. 1919 would be in World War I. I'm almost positive. I don't know if it was over at that point in time or not. World War I is not my strong suit, unfortunately. We have one here, died 1925. This is a Civil War marker. Served in the 112th, I want to say. But this is a girl. Okay, hold on here. This is a woman. This is a woman. She served in the sanitation division. Okay, I have not seen one of these yet. I did not know this was in here. This is interesting. I hope people are still watching at this point in time. But she was in the sanitation division. During the Civil War, these women, of course, was not allowed to serve. Now, there is a lot of reports that women did pretend to be guys and join the army. They actually did do that. There's documented case. In fact, they found a woman dead at Gettysburg, a Confederate soldier who had dressed up as a man to serve with her husband, and she was found dead at Gettysburg at Pickett's Charge. There's another Chalker, this is founder of the city. But most women formed the sanitation department or sanitation division, whatever you want to call it, in order to get the camps cleaned up, get the soldiers better food and better care. And it was an amazing thing. And a lot of women did a lot of good work back then. There was one, there's West Deal, 1860 to 1894. I was only 34. 1861, 1912, 1860, 1936. One historian actually said there was never a woman's war as there was the Civil War. And it really was. Okay, we have the ashes of Newton Chalker, the son of James and Eliza Hyde Chalker, 1842 to 1921. This is a monument dedicated to him. He was served in the Civil War. And this is a monument dedicated to him here. Here is, and this is a World War I marker. Finally get a World War I marker. Looks like Myers served in the infantry in World War I, died in 1945. There you go, finally a World War I marker. All right, we're gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I'm gonna get this last few in over here. I understand it's been a very, very long video. Probably even skipped a few things. To apologize. This is not the smallest cemetery in the world. It's not a big one. It's not an insanely big one, but it's not small either. Got Joseph, died in 1818. Oof. Elizabeth, 1885. Joseph, oh boy, I want to say 1871 on that one. There's a baby right here, 10 days old. January 3rd, 1928, died January 13th, 1928. So 10-day-old baby right there. So sad. Got a veteran one over here I want to check real quick, and then most of these ones over here are like the newer ones. When I say newer ones, they were born like very late 1800s or very early 1900s and died in like in the 70s and 80s. That's what I want to say on those. But we might do a part 2 to this since it's so big. We got looks like Harris. Harris. It looks like an H. I don't know. Marcus. Yes, I finally figured it out. M-A-R-C-U-S. Marcus. Hashton. Born 1837, died 1895, Civil War veteran. Yep. They're Civil War veteran. Like these ones over here, most of them were born in the, like I said, late 1800s, early 1900s, died in the 70s and 80s. There's some veterans over there. I know I didn't get to them. I do apologize. I don't want to disrespect any veterans whatsoever. I do love the veterans. There's a Meserly back there. Like I told you, there's a Barclay Meserly Road around here. There's a monument up front dedicated to the veterans. I'm going to zoom in on that one. It's right there. It's a monument right there dedicated to the veterans. And this is a very interesting cemetery. There's another Harshman over there and more chalkers. The very interesting cemetery. I know I didn't get to all of it, but the video is getting really long. And I wanted to get a video up. But it's time for me to go to work. I hope what you saw interested you at least a little bit. And this is again Abandoned Ohio Cemeteries on YouTube and Abandoned Cemeteries on Facebook. And we promise to get more videos up soon. Sorry about the delay. Have a safe and good day to everyone. Can't have Zach tell you bye because he's not here, so I'll do it. Bye, everybody.